I'm still one-on-one. I'm a skirt off in a pencil like I'm on a run.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to the VWM podcast. For episode 8, we have Maryland-based recording artist Kari Kira on the air with us today. Thanks
What's
for joining
up?
us today, bro. We're
Yes,
really
sir. Yes,
excited to
sir.
have you.
No, I
Um,
appreciate it. I've been wanting to come on.
yes, sir. So
Yeah.
to kick things off, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, like where you're from, what you like to do, and what got you started in music?
So I was originally born in Lansing, Michigan, and my family moved around because they're originally from Mozambique. So um I was born there, then we moved back to Mozambique for a bit, then we moved to Maryland, and then we moved back to Michigan for a bit, then we came back to Maryland, and that's really when I really started making music. This was around like I would say this was around like the eighth grade was when I was like, okay, I low-key wanna, because I always had GarageBand, and since I was like 12, I would like download, yeah, I would be listening to the radio and like download, like let's say it was a Jay-Z song, I would download that beat and just like freestyle on it. And I still got those freestyles. They sound so crazy. They're terrible. But yeah, that type shit. So like eventually I was like, okay, I'm gonna just get a group of my friends and be like, yo, who wants to make music? Let's make music. And that's really how I started. Cause like when you have people around you to start too, it like lets the ball roll and like it makes everything easier and shit. Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
So
GarageBand's definitely the sauce. I think a lot of people start on their phone. Or what I
yeah,
know,
nah.
what I notice is a lot of people will kind of like what you said. They'll find a
Yeah.
beat with really no intention of recording. They'll start rapping or like freestyling, trying to see if like it's something they'd be interested in. And I feel like a lot of the time people realize like, damn, I'm actually
Yeah.
pretty good at this. Or I
Nah, but nah, facts though. But what I think it really was when I was even younger, I had these family friends that would use GarageBand. And I just had a memory of it. So when I saw it, I was like, oh shit, like they could do that shit. I can definitely do that shit. So I was like, yeah,
for
nah,
sure.
that shit. Yeah. GarageBand definitely started a lot of people's music careers. Like shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that and BandLab, like at least
Yeah, BandLabs now, yeah.
like a lot of people be on BandLab. Um,
Facts.
but yeah, just to skip ahead to the future a little bit, I've
Yeah.
been keeping up with your discography, and I see that you most recently dropped the Night Tape. So
Yeah, yeah.
could you tell us a little bit about the creation of that tape, like your favorite songs from it, and really just what you like about it, you know?
Yeah, so basically like that tape. Okay, I was working on two tapes I was working at three tapes last summer, right? One being the new audio. I dropped that before. I dropped that in like November, I think. Night, and then I got one that's produced by this producer named Junio. That's coming out probably in March. I'm trying to make it drop in February because that's my birthday month and shit, but I can't rush the process, I can't lie. But basically, um new audio had a lot of singles where it was like me like making songs that I like to make, like vibes. You got the turn up songs and all that shit. And then for night, I wanted to have like my friends, like I wanted to have a song with all my friends and people I work with in Beam, which is like the music group I'm in type shit, right? So like yeah, that was the point of it, maybe like to collaborate and show like people all the sides of it and like yeah, just make some fun music. That was the point basically. And I also got to I used it to also collaborate with producers I hadn't got to because this year I decided well in December low key I was like I need to collaborate with more people and I need to reach out to more people. And that's what like Night was like the start of that basically me like opening up being like even the people around me like don't get me wrong, I do a lot of features for my friends and shit, but um I feel like I've stopped like giving out opens and shit like that. And I miss that. Like making music with people is so fun. And making and doing videos and all that shit. Like just going back to the collaborative flow of it. And I'm really and it makes songs better. It makes shit fun. Like, yeah. So that's what Night was. It was like that. And then like from now on, low key, I want all my projects to be a mix of all these things type shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely felt that when I was listening to it, just that type of energy. And I liked every single collab. Um,
Nah, good looks, good looks. Yeah.
I always love the ones with you and Asa.
Yeah, yo, nah, that's my brother. Like shit, like he literally lives like 15 minutes away from me. Like every song we do is like that. I tell anyone go listen to any song me and Asa have and tell me it's not hard. It's always a hard because we bring the best out of each other like shit. So that shit's hard. Yeah. No,
I
I agree. We go hard. Yeah.
the
Facts.
energy is just there. Like y'all both know how to do your thing, and
Yeah.
you're both different in your own way, which I like too. Like it's not
Yo,
like
yeah.
you guys are. I feel like you get different types of inspiration, and it's just a different.
Exact. Nah, that's true though. Cause to me, in terms of rapping, like rapping, he's the best rapper in the DMV. Like rapping, like putting bars together and shit. I've seen this man. Like I've been around. Like when we make music and shit. Like that's my man's. Like I be seeing this shit. Like he's like that. So I'd be like, yeah, that's my nigga, bro. And then like I know I've influenced him and shit. Like flows or like different vibes and shit like that. Cause I really like making. I like finding new flows, getting different pockets because I want to be able to make every not every type of genre of music, but be able to hit every like pocket for different people. I don't know how to explain it, and I don't fully know what that means. Does that mean like,
I
oh,
know what
you're
you're saying.
yeah, but like just like shit that everyone can like shit that everyone can connect to a certain extent. But that's with time and that's through what I'm learning and like through the process of making music. And I know I'm gonna learn more about collaborating with other people and shit. So, but yeah, nah, me and Asa, that's a fire one. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
definitely peeped y'all had like a close relationship. Um,
yeah,
you
that's
you
my
mentioned
bro.
you mentioned Beam. I want to ask you a little bit more about that. Is that
Yeah.
exclusively music, or does this tie into fashion and other things as well?
It's it ties into anything. It's more like on some I wouldn't say it's like creative shit, creatives and shit. Because at first Beam was like I had a clothing brand type shit back in 2018. Like I was like, oh, I want to make clothes and shit. And I'm definitely gonna bring that back because I do it for the shows and shit. But that I called it Beam because I thought it just rolled so well and it like I don't know. Me and my friend Brandon, we were working on designs for it. Brandon cool ass dude. He be whipping this LS 400. He's a car nigga. Like he be spinning that shit. Just HS LS 400 nigga. I don't his Instagram. Yeah. Anyways, fucking like yeah. So then already had me and my friends already like moved as a group. So we're like, okay, we're just gonna name this shit Beam. And throughout the years, I've met new people like my producer. I mean, our producer, the whole Beam, Kayeli. He also makes electronic music. He's really hard. Recently this dude, Alex Solar, cool dude. As a bunch, it's a janky, like we got producers. This dude called Janky, Zach Cannon, that's my man's. Jose makes pants, the tenable jeans and all that shit. He
Yeah,
makes
yeah,
all
yeah.
that. He's helped me with all my merch drops and shit. That's my man's like good bro, good bro. He's also starting to make music too. Then Asa, of course, Asa G, Chris Mangeli. That's the first person I ever dropped music with was with Mangeli. Like the first song I ever dropped ever was with him. And then good man's like yeah. Um Abstract, fire rapper. He be spitting. And then Lord Woody, that's my man's too. Recently met him last year. Nah, I recently met him 2 years ago. Holy shit, time flies by. But yeah, he's also very fire. We got a tape coming out. Me and Lord Wood. That's just gonna be done because we locked in during the first week of January, and we made like 8 songs, and all of them are stupid. I can't lie, they're all dumb as fuck. But yeah, yeah, yeah. This
That's dope.
artist shit. Yeah, I
It
hope I.
sounds like y'all run pretty deep. So I think that's pretty cool that you have a lot of people that you can go to within your network for all sorts of different things. And I feel like that'll really elevate your career, not just
Yeah.
musically, but kind of whatever you want to endeavor in. You know that you have people that support that creative side, you know?
No, facts, and we're always open to more people. It doesn't even matter which. If you're trying to create some shit, we're always open to it. It's not no like, oh, you gotta be this type of person, or you gotta. It's like, yeah. I mean, you have to have like, don't be like a dickhead, but like, yeah, like we're open to work with different people, like collaborate with other groups and shit. Yeah, especially this year because shit's going up. So it's like,
Yeah, I think
yeah,
that's fire. Um,
yeah,
so like I said, it's having that kind of group around you that some of the people like you've known for a while or even grown up with, it sounds like. Um,
Yeah,
it kind of leads me to another question of how would you say growing up in the area that you did, like starting to make music around eighth grade, you said you were in Maryland.
yeah.
Would you
I
say that
was, yeah.
that has influenced your sound at all? Just being around
Yeah,
that.
yo, like, yeah. I feel like cause in Michigan, like, but I also think it was like the grade I was in, like people weren't really making music or nothing. I came here, I already wanted to make music. Like I've always loved music. I love music and basketball, but then I was like, I'm not doing shit with I was like, I'm not doing shit with no basketball, nigga. So I
Same.
was like, all right, I'm gonna start writing. Like literally, no, I wanted to be like when Westbrook was like, because I was playing 2K11. That's the thing that I was like, I want to be like Westbrook in 2K11. So anyways, whatever, bro. So like I met all these people like on my bus, like my school bus, like Chris. Oh, and my man's Ronaldo. The thing is, this dude Ronaldo is like one of the reasons Ronaldo and a kid called Omri is one of the reasons I know a lot of the people I know. Shout out to them. And through like meeting people, me and Chris, we wanted to make music. Me, Chris, and this dude called Christian, we wanted to make music and shit. So we just started making shit, and we were getting like our first song got 1,000 plays, and it kept going like that on SoundCloud, and we were like, "Oh, cool, yeah, we're supposed to really be rapping, like doing this shit." So, and then throughout as time went by, but it influenced me. We had like a lot of like cool people at my high school, like at WJ, like yeah, a lot of fashion forward people that were really popping shit. Jacob, if you ever, you know what Jacob Daly is, that's my good man. Jacob Daly, he's a good artist. I recommend y'all hit him up. He's really fire. But
That,
he went to that school. Uh, uh, it was like this producer called Workster. He went to that school. He's like Young K's producer. And then you had like people like it was like, yeah, it was cool people, bro. It was a lot of creatives. It was a lot of creatives. Yeah. And then I went to QO and it wasn't really like that, but I met Jose there. Jose the dude that makes clothes, and that made me want to be even more creative. Like be like,
yeah, I
I
feel
can
you.
really do what the fuck I want. Cause this dude was in like QO it's cool, whatever, but people don't really be doing a lot of shit there. Like, especially when I was there, he was pulling up in all these different fits and shit. And I was like, oh yeah, you know what's up. So I started fucking with him and through that I met different people and shit. And yeah, I met Asa because I would see Asa in the hallways, but we wouldn't really like, I didn't really give a fuck. And then one time I heard his song because this dude called Chris Barron, he played his song. And then on his Snapchat, he was like, oh, this is his song. It was a song called Hyperbeam. And then I heard it. It was like, oh shit, this nigga goes to my school. I was like, so I DM'd him on SoundCloud because I'm always gonna reach out. No cap. I don't have a fucking like,
Yeah.
oh, like I'm too scared. Like, what the fuck, nigga? You're a human like me. I'm gonna hit you up. So I'm a I reached out, and then through that, it was like we linked the first time, and we just started making music, and I didn't stop and shit like that. So yeah,
Yeah, I think it's crazy that you mentioned that like you're not afraid to reach out. I think it's super important because imagine had you not done that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. What the fuck? Because I was open to work with different people too, bro. I know people like even that I meet now that like I don't work with people that I feel like morally they be on bullshit. I really can't, but like I just cannot. But like if I meet you and I've heard about you before and you're a person, like who you are as a person and you're a cool person, I will very much want to work with you. Even if niggas think your shit is ass. Like I really want to work with you. Like if you got that drive to do something, I want to work with. It don't matter if it's clothes, fashion. Anyone that walks up to me trying to talk about, oh, I want to start something, whether it's anything like they're trying to create some shit or go for some shit, I'm all for it. Like type shit. Yeah.
yeah, you got to be willing to invest in the right people. Like even
No
if
cap.
someone was good at making music, but they're a dickhead, like you don't want to invest in that because they're probably just gonna screw you over one way or another, or they're just gonna get
Yeah.
your workflow, which is really not a good situation for yourself.
Yeah, or it can be like some envy shit. It just be weird. So I
Yeah,
just be
yeah,
like, I'd be like, yeah, yeah. I'm happy that I have like a friendship, like a genuine friendship with the people that I work with. Like in terms of Beam, like I'm still gonna work with other people and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like in terms of Beam at least, like I have a group of people that I really like. Like most of these people I really came up with and shit. And it's like more than just, oh, we make music. Like it's like, yeah, we're supporting each other. Like let's turn up type shit. Yeah.
yeah. I think that's great that you have that network that you feel like you can work with. But a question I had for you personally was what would you say your creative process is like when you're alone? Or like recording alone, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. So basically, like, it's changed so much. Before, I used to really like write, like, I used to try to write, but it doesn't like, I'll be writing
Writing is
like,
hard.
I have to write as I go. I can't just like sit down and listen to a beat and oh, unless I'm really rapping. Like if I'm really rapping, then yeah, I can fucking if I'm really rapping, and that happens like when I'm rapping with Ace and shit, I can really do that. But now now I'll hear a beat, let it click. My ear for beats has really opened. Like I'm really love to rap on anything as long as it has, it sounds good. Like I believe every type of beat has a good version. You know what I'm saying? Like, not I don't know. The right producer can make some shit fire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've rapped on some beats that before I was like, I would never rap on this type beat, like or a beat that sounds like this. But then the right producer will send you the right shit. A lot of the beam producers, that's why I fuck with them because they open to also test us. Like, be like, yo, rap on some shit like this, like, or sing on some shit like this. Like, so yeah. So I'll just like try to catch either a new pocket or maybe a pocket I'm used to and build off that. So I'll just start rapping. Sometimes I'll make a hook and then I'll end it. I never rush to finish a song. So I'll make a hook and then I'll end it. Or what I normally like to do, bro, is I just like rap. Let's say I rap like 16 bars. I listen to it and I'm like, this part is the perfect hook. So I just start chopping shit. Like that's a lot of my songs are like that. I definitely like will record, like I could punch in a whole song and then be like, okay, cool. I'm gonna just start moving shit around type shit. Yeah, that's what it's turned into. And it's so much more fun because it's more creative. And recently I record on Logic Pro and I use stock plugins. Like I be using the stock plugins, but recently I stopped because I rapped at Woody's Stu, Lord Wood, his Stu. He uses Logic, but he got all the Waves plugins and shit. I was like,
Mhm.
bro, I'm on that. And now like recording is so much more fun. Everything is better. I just got so used to the Logic Pro shit because I did get good at mixing and mastering on it, like on the stock shit, but it's always good to invest on your shit type. So yeah.
Yeah. I totally agree with everything you said. Like
Yeah,
when it
yeah.
comes to rapping on different beats, I think it totally changes the way you approach it. So
Yeah.
it makes it hard to sit down and write a whole song. I think punching in is much more natural and
Yeah.
you get more diversity out of your music when you're able to really feel the beat and not just make I feel like writing can be pretty systematic sometimes. So it
Yeah,
kind of
but what I
kills.
learned how to do is I've now when I write though, my writing is more like I'm punching in and then I'm just choosing the bars. Like then I'm not punching in, but I'm just saying it to myself and then I fill it out. And sometimes I'll do a song, I'll punch in half of it, then write the other half. But when you're feeling the beat, like when that shit is hitting crazy, like you can just punch that shit in. It's no sound. Yeah. If you trust yourself, it took me a minute to really like. That's the thing. Like it took me up until I think like the middle of whenever I dropped Bands Up. This one song I dropped called Bands Up. Whenever I dropped that song is when I really learned like my tones in my pockets, like what I'm comfortable with. And yeah, that makes the uh process quicker, even when I'm writing, because I'm gonna know I won't be able to rap some extra ass shit. Like if I'm putting too many syllables or some shit, or like it just sounds dumb. But
Yeah.
yeah, my process is very much trial and error. That's like with everything, whether it comes to mixing, mastering, recording styles. I'm trial and error and whatever. I'm willing to change. Like I'm always open to change how I make music. So I just be going from that, I guess. But so who knows? Maybe by next year I'm gonna be doing some other shit. But that punching in shit is so fun though.
Agreed. And I
Yeah,
think that's probably the most important thing you've said is just being willing to change because I think a lot of artists they
yeah,
find a way to not only rap but like mix, master, or even for producers that make beats,
yeah.
it's hard to switch. It's hard to use a new plugin. It's hard to go from writing to punching in, from punching in to writing. And but if you're not willing to do that, your music will go stagnant at some point. Like
Exactly. And
although they're
but
different
this is
songs,
why
they're gonna be kind of the same.
exactly. And that has happened to me like in a pocket of
Yeah.
time. And I was like, the fuck? Like this is when you know you gotta like either change what you're listening to, or like when you catch yourself getting into those old habits, you got to stop that shit. Like that's a life lesson, like that's some life shit. But in music, like I don't know, I realize like don't be egotistical to yourself about your own shit. I know niggas that they know they should change their music or how they make it, but their ego is not letting them do that, which is ridiculous. Drop that shit because it's like what the fuck, you will not improve. But yeah, nah, bro, you gotta be willing to change. And I've been rapping with different people too. So if I'm rapping with Asa punches in, but he also writes. You know what I'm saying? Chris does that too, punching in right. Woody, we all be doing that shit. I know Abstract mostly writes. And that shit just like, I don't know, it'll make you go harder. You watch someone put in that work, will make you put in that work too in your lyrics or your bars or your flows and shit. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah,
Nice.
I think the same thing applies to lyrics as well. I think it's cool
Yeah.
to have I'd say like a common theme or message that you want to explore, but at the same time, it's important to also like number one, go out into the world and experience things. You have something real to rap about. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody loves a good turn up song, but what's becoming more saturated than anything is just people that want to like cap rap or just like talk about shit that they have no
And
experience.
I fucking hate because I know some of these niggas like that should be having me like, you come, you come, yo, what? Like you walk like, nah, it's really goofy, and I don't fuck with that shit. That should be corny, but I'm not gonna be mad at a nigga for that. Like, I feel like when I was younger, it definitely used to fry the shit out of me because it was people I knew. So it's
Yeah.
like, why are you doing that? It was I didn't care if like fucking big ass rapper, a rapper on TikTok is capping and shit. I'm like, okay, whatever, nigga. Like, go ahead. Like, it just would be like so crazy when this person could be right here and they're just capping. Like, that should be, it'd be like, damn. It makes me question like people how genuine someone is. But man, I'll be looking at that shit too deep. So it's like whatever. Like, but I'm not doing all that shit. Like, I'm really not into the like. And Matt, yeah, that shit kind of goofy to me. But like as I grown older, I just be ignoring that shit. Like the people I rap with, they don't be doing that shit, so I don't give a fuck, bro. But the goofy shit, like it be really niggas really capping, like they shooting niggas, doing drive-bys. I'm like, bro, you like,
You're not like
yeah, no, you're not. But and they're playing with niggas that rap that shit and they do that shit. And it's like, yeah, that's whatever. And I'm just like, bro, just stop it. It only bothers me when it's someone I know. That's all I'm saying. That should be weird. It'd be really weird. Like, it'd be like, okay,
I
what else
agree.
is you capping about, bro? That should be weird. But it's
Exactly.
whatever.
Exactly. They can't be trusted.
You make the best music when you rap about what's actually going on in your life or your actual feelings or the
Yeah.
shit you enjoy. I swear to God, like when it's like some people look at this shit as a formula, and I'm like, it's not no 1 + 1 = 2 in this shit. I mean, it's like you gotta try different things, but also be yourself. Facts. Don't just copy and paste someone else's like rhetoric and shit. That shit is really weird. And I've seen people like start listening to a rapper and then just take their whole not even flow, but their what they speak on and what they believe in and shit. Whether that's some like whether that's some like violent shit or that's some like scamming shit or that's some like even like positive shit. Like some niggas be singing about being good people and they really some dick heads and you just be like, what
Right.
the fuck? Like that shit don't make no sense. But like, yeah, no. It'd be funny at the end of the day though. Like, bro, I'm 21. Like, I'm not really out here worrying about other niggas like that anymore. That's some shit like niggas move on from that.
Yeah.
But
I think it's really just lazy. It's like
it is
don't
lazy. You
have
know
the
how
energy
easy it
to
is to rap about guns? Like, it's so easy to rhyme on. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, they need to be authentic, bro.
yeah.
Um, but I want to
But
ask
if you live that, rap that shit. I'm for
yeah,
all free speech. Like, if you lived, I mean, free speech too. If you want to cap, nigga, go cap. But like, if you live that shit, rap that shit. Facts. Enjoy your shit. Like, facts. That's true. Yeah. But like, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
Something I want to ask you though is like, how do you think you would describe your style of music when it comes to what types of experiences are you looking to put into music and what kinds of messages are you trying to get across?
Yeah. It's really been
Some songs aren't
changing.
really like that though. Like some songs, it's really just a vibe. But I know
Yeah.
you and Asa in particular, like y'all like rap about some real shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's like it depends. Like I feel like it's been changing too. And it depends. I'm telling you, like the these producers be blessing a nigga. Like I love producers. Like all producers rights, all that. Like, yes, I'm splitting 50-50 with my producers because I'm like, yeah, I used to do 60-40, but then I was like, bro, nah, these niggas making the wave. And they be, you know what I'm saying? They be supporting and shit. So I'd
Yeah,
be like, the sounds that I be getting, like the new sounds and new vibes and different things that maybe I wouldn't have done before, that should also influences what I rap on and what I rap. I mean, what I speak on in my music. For example, like the tape I'm about to drop, I'm gonna just it's produced by Junior, this producer called Junior. That shit is really, really hard. It's like it's not a turn up tape, but it's vibes, and I'm gonna be talking about some real shit. Like it's some cool shit. It's real vibes, and I feel like I've made a lot of turn up shit. Like that's fun. I can always make that, but I like rapping about like my life. Like that shit is fun. Like that shit is good too. It's like when you listen to it, I've I've also started talking about real shit, like more personal shit in my music, just because when I listen back to it, it's way better. Like it hits better. So yeah.
yeah, it's definitely therapeutic in a way.
It is. And that's what I'm
It's
saying. I
not
really
negative.
started liking yeah, yeah. I really started liking my music a lot when I started doing that. Cause like there's a difference between just being a fucking robot ass nigga and making songs to drop and really enjoying your shit. I love all my music now. Like I love all of it. Like that I've after bands up, for real. I crank all my shit. It's but after one of one, the one of one tape, like yeah, I love all that shit. I love everything. Like it's just good music and I listen to it and like some of it will remind me of times in my life and shit. And yeah, 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 yeah. And me and Asa always get in that bag because we always be rapping on some real shit. And the beats we be picking just help the process on God. That shit will influence what you rap about, obviously, but yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, I think it's good to rap about stuff that's really going on in your life. Not just so it's not robotic, but I think it just makes you I guess it just makes the music sound better. Like there's really no other way to put it.
Guys,
Just even if you need to take some time away from recording just to like get that creator's block away or to discover a new flow so you don't keep repeating yourself. Because that's how you're gonna
exactly.
your fans are gonna be like, this is dried out. Like this is not what
My
I'm looking
fans, bro, my friends will tell me that shit. They'll be like,
Yeah,
yeah, nigga, like, cause like we give each other what is it? I was about to say critical advice.
constructive criticism.
Constructive criticism. We give each other constructive criticism. And like that shit will always it always comes through. No one is gonna be like, oh, what you hating on me? Like, nigga, don't be a fucking baby, but because we're not gonna be dicks and be like, your shit is ass, bro. Like, you need to stop rapping. Like, no, we're gonna be like, yo,
Yeah.
that
It's
shit you did on that song, do that more because that shit was hard. Like incorporate it more. Shit like that. Like the producers, we be telling each other what's up and shit. Like, yeah, no, it's tough. It's tough.
definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
So one last topic I wanted to hit on is performing. And if you feel like you're at that stage where you would look into getting into some sorts of venues, like
Fuck.
large or
Oh yeah, my
small.
bad. Yeah,
Go.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Bro, fuck yeah. Like I've done two shows. We had one in DC that was so lit. We set it up with all my friends. It was me on the set. It was me, Jacob Daly, the Beam niggas, Asa, Chris, Woody, Abstract, Christian. He's not in Beam no more, but that's whatever. Christian, like it's shit like that. Nigga, that shit was stupid turn. Like people popped up. People popped out to see me, Jacob Daly, Robert, everyone that performed. People actually popped out on some supporting shit. We made it free. We made money off merch. We were able to pay off the venue, bro. That's what I'm saying. It was a great move. It was fun. We met people that hadn't gone to a show after quarantine. So they were like, yo, this is my first show since quarantine started. And like, this is so, like, I missed this. This was a great experience. And it was so good to hear shit like that. So, and I love performing. Like, I love it. I fucking love it. I don't get nervous, no nothing. It's so natural. I get nervous as fuck when I'm about to present like a slideshow in glass, nigga. But like, performing, it's too lit. Like I love it. I love making music for it too. I love making set lists with my friends. here's the thing, because the beam shows, like, this is from now on, so y'all know, like, the beam shows aren't gonna be like, oh yeah, this person first, this one second. It's a show of this. The vibes. It's by vibe. The shit is mixed. It's gonna be a lit show. So we're planning on getting those started up in either spring or summer. We got help from people that they really be doing good shit in the industry. So yeah,
That's hype.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
definitely last.
I'm really trying to do that. And I know and it's all about like finding the right venues, finding the right pricing. You don't got to be a dumbass and like spend your whole bag, like, you
Right.
know, helping getting the marketing, you know what I'm saying? The support to push the shit. It's fun, bro. It's fun. I like the whole process of it. It can get stressful, obviously, but I love being a part of it and not just that just perform. I love being a part of the whole shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a good move to make it free and realize that you can make money off merch, or really
Yeah, we made so much bread off the fucking merch, bro. Because we
yeah,
said we had one night where we just stayed up and made hella shit. Like we just stayed up and made hella shit. And that's what's up. That's what all our friends did at the show. And we made that money. So it was great. And people had fun. Like people didn't have to spend no money. Like you
yeah.
can pull up and just have fun. Yeah.
I think that's the most important part is like you created an experience for fans to get to know y'all more as
Yeah.
turn up, get clothes if they wanted to.
Yeah, if they
You
wanted to.
probably made like a good amount of that money back. So that
Yeah.
whatever you spent on the
We
venue.
we made that shit, bro, because we split it between like I don't even know how many people, but we all paid like it wasn't more than like 20 people. It was not that many. We all paid like $20, 25, I
Like,
think, or 40, some light shit. It was not no $100. And it was lit. We made that shit back like that. Like, what the fuck? Like, that shit
that's
was two turn. Like, we made back on especially like all the material we used, like the printing machine and the fucking clothing and shit. Like, yeah, it was helpful and shit. So, yeah.
yeah,
I fuck with the
that's
show shit. I'm trying to bring that back.
that's tough.
Yeah.
One last thing I want to ask you before we wrap up is
Yeah.
speaking on performances and really just drops in general, is there any news regarding performances or drops that you could let the fans in on before we close up the interview?
Drops is gonna be okay, real quick. Me and Laura Wood, we definitely dropped in a fucking it was gonna be an EP. This shit then turned into a fucking tape, bro. We have songs and they're crazy. I was dropping that, and then I'm gonna be on some Chris Mangeli and Ace are dropping a tape. Angelic, I'm gonna be on that bitch too. Y'all go tune into them niggas. They too fire. And then I'm dropping a tape with this producer called Junio, and that's gonna be that real shit that I was talking about. Different vibes, different sounds. And then throughout the year, I'm dropping singles and different types of singles, alternative shit, you know what I'm saying? Like some little mixing of some dance shit, all that shit. Like I'm getting in different bags, but you're gonna know it's me. Like it's gonna be genuine sounding. It's not gonna be and you already know. Like it's gonna be fun, bro. Like, so yeah. It's gonna be music all year though. All year. Music all year. Facts. I don't
Yeah,
even know. I'm about to collab with everybody. Trust. If you want to collaborate, hit me. Facts. In my line. Yeah.
bet that I'm
Yeah.
definitely ready for it, bro. And I think
Nah,
fans,
yeah.
like everybody that's following you right now, I think they're in for a treat just because I like where your head's at and I like the way you go about your sound and really just how you feel about music. Like I can tell you're really passionate.
Yeah, I
So,
love that shit, bro. I live that shit. Yeah.
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 I want to thank you for coming on again. It was dope
Yeah,
getting
nah.
about you and your music for sure.
Yeah, bro. Thank you for inviting me on, bro. I've been wanting to do this, but I always be on bullshit with school and work and shit. But we're straight,
Same.
bro. Definitely like, yeah, if you want to work on more shit, let me know for sure. You're great at this interviewing shit, bro. I was like, damn, these questions are yeah, they're fire. Fuck yeah.
Thank you, bro.
Yes, sir.
For
Yes,
everyone
sir.
watching at home, just be sure to check out Kari Kira and let us know what you think and get ready for
Yeah.
more music in the future. I'll catch you, bro, and
Yes,
we'll see you
sir.
on the next one.
All right, bet. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.